Victory Monday. Lions defeated the Chargers yesterday. Great game. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the observations from this game and so far this season from what we can take away. Offense, defense, special team, coaching, and everything for our football team. It's going to be a good video for sure. A nice conversation. Let's get this thing started. We need 13 subscriptions, folks. We're at 8,887. Like to get to 8,900. 13 more of you watching this video. Go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to get to 9K. It's hard, but we're doing our best to get there. Observations here for our Detroit Lions. And we're going to start with the first one here. The Detroit Lions, in my opinion, are absolute contenders. I keep hearing this on the media. Well, can they beat San? There's no way they can beat San Francisco. There's no way they can beat Dallas. There's no way, no way, no way. This is the National Football League. The Detroit Lions can beat Philadelphia. Do I think Philadelphia is better right now? Yeah. The Detroit Lions can beat San Francisco 49ers. Yes, they look really good, but they've lost 3 games this year. Any team can get beat. Same with the Dallas Cowboys. Not saying they're going to beat every team. I'm saying there's a possibility that the Lions can win these games, and that means they're contenders for sure. The Lions offense has been fantastic. We've had really good coaching up to this point, and especially if say the Lions do get the number 1 seed, folks, that means the teams would have to come to Detroit. For sure. And if they get the number 1 seed, the odds are Philadelphia would have to face the 49ers. And then, obviously, one of those teams the Lions not going to face. And then, Lions face the other team. And if you're at home with this crowd, you can win any game. So make no mistake about it. At 7-2, even though we have deficiencies, the Lions are Super Bowl contenders. No doubt. Not saying they're the favorites. I still would probably put Philadelphia above the Lions right now. And the San Francisco 49ers, they're a really good team. Even though they lost 3 games, be a difficult game for sure. But they are contenders for sure. The Detroit Lions, in my opinion, has got the best duo running back tandem in the National Football League. I love Montgomery. I love Jahmyr Gibbs. These guys just get it done. Both can make a big play. Both can run in between the tackles. Both are physical and can break tackles, and they just complement each other perfectly. At any point, when one of these guys are in the backfield, you fully expect the Lions to gain yards on the ground, and when you have that, you can play anywhere and beat anyone. That's the way that it works. The Detroit Lions duo running game is by far the best in the NFL, and I love it. I love seeing it. I love watching it. Both those guys on the field makes me happy. It really does. And when you have a game like this, you can beat anyone. And like we've been talking about, especially recently, everyone complained of taking Jahmyr Gibbs at 12. I don't think you should be complaining anymore. This guy is getting better, better, and better. He's got the breakaway game speed. He's got great vision. He breaks tackles. This dude's a stud. He's an absolute stud. And Montgomery is better than Jamal Williams. We love Jamal Williams, but you don't see Jamal Williams breaking off a 75-yarder. You don't see him breaking off a 41-yarder. Montgomery is better, and he's great. And it just makes, he's exactly what the Lions are, is a physical player for a physical football team. Lions observation here, best duo running back in the National Football League, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. In-game decisions has been phenomenal this year. Phenomenal. I talked about the game before we went to and faced the Chargers. I talked about how the Detroit Lions got to get touchdowns and they got to go for it on 4th down in this game because the Chargers are a quick, fast offense. They can strike quick. So we got to get touchdowns. What do the Lions do? They go for it 4 out of 5 times. They're not settling for field goals throughout the whole game. They get 2 field goals, one in the opening drive and one in the final drive. The rest, they're looking for touchdowns there. That is great decision-making. The fake, where he sent it to Brock Wright, is one of the best fakes that I've seen in a long time. I bought the fake. The defense bought the fake. The announcers bought the fake. Great decision. The pitches to Montgomery, the end arounds to St. Brown, and the one that got called back for Jamison Williams, phenomenal play calling. The timeouts were taken at the right time. Dan Campbell is grown into a very good game time decision coach. And that's something that he has learned throughout his tenure, and he just gets better and better from year 1 to year 2 and now year 3. He's one of the best in the NFL, and you're hearing it, and you're getting praise from everybody in the media, and he should get praise. It's great decisions. He knows that his defense was struggling this game. He says, no, we're going to go for it on 4th and 2. We're going to go ahead and try to end this game. Say if he missed it. Okay, say if they did not get the 4th down and it was a turnover on downs, you fully expect the Chargers to go down and score, right? Well, what if we made a field goal? I think we all fully expect that the Chargers would go score a touchdown. The defense allowed 5 straight touchdown drives. Why wouldn't it beat 6? So he said, screw it. We're going for the win right now. We're not messing around. And that's something that he has learned, and I love the decision. Even though I was nervous, it was the right call. Good job, Dan Campbell. Good job, Aaron Glenn, for getting it done. Not everything's positive, though. Observation here is we don't have a pass rush. We don't. All you got to do is double team Aiden Hutchinson, and you're good to go. Somebody must emerge opposite of him. Julian Okwara, Romeo Okwara, Charles Harris, John Kaminsky, Joshua Pascal. It's not happening. The Lions are hurting at the pass rush. The only time we can get pressure is if we blitz. And just like in this game here, we blitzed and didn't get any pressure. We're having issues with this defensive line. We're having issues getting pressure on the quarterback. Chase Young goes to 49ers and does really well. We need to get better in this position. Now, maybe they're waiting for James Houston. That should boost the pass rush. But it's not guaranteed. If you want to be a playoff contender and you want to win against the Eagles, you want to win against the 49ers, you have to get pass rush. Because if you just let Jalen Hurts sit in the pocket, he's going to score. Okay, you're going to let Brock Purdy just sit there in the pocket. He does well when there's no pressure. He does. Dak Prescott. This is the teams that we're going to be facing against. And we already seen it versus Seattle. We took an L without the pass rush. We've seen it here. It came close. We have to get better at pass rush. I'm not sure what can be done. And this may not even be an Aaron Glenn issue. And we're going to talk about Aaron Glenn in a minute. Because this, I think, is more of a talent issue. Because when your front four can't get home, what do? You can send blitz, but they're not getting home. What do? It's a big problem. And I think the only way really to fix it is either James Houston gets back and really boosts this team, or the Lions in the 2024 draft and free agency upgrade the position. I think that's really the only solution here. We're going to get to the defense right now. Defense plays bad against good teams. We have seen consistently now wide receivers who you expect Cam Sutton or a game plan, maybe double some of these guys against a Keenan Allen, DK Metcalf, the elite teams that have good receivers. We're not doubling them, and we're putting Jerry Jacobs on Keenan Allen or a Will Harris. This is unacceptable, man. You gotta change it up. You got to be able to put your best players defensively on their best offensive players, or you're going to allow 175 yards to Keenan Allen, 150 whatever it is to DK Metcalf. That's a scheme issue. You have to get better. You have to make in-game adjustments. If it's not working, the definition of insanity is doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. Yes, we played good defense versus the Raiders. Yes, we've played good defense versus the Packers. But guess what? In the playoffs, it's not going to be the Raiders and the Packers or the Bears or teams like that. It's going to be the Eagles. It's going to be, and they got weapons galore. The 49ers, Deebo Samuel, weapons galore. Okay? The Cowboys, the Seattle Seahawks again. You got to get better defensively. You have to make adjustments. If this continues, they really got to consider, at this point in 2024, getting a new defensive coordinator. Because the defense, and I love what Aiden Hutchinson said. He said it in a press conference, this defense is inconsistent. It's inconsistent. You can have a good game, bad game, good game, bad game. You don't see inconsistencies with the offense. It's consistent. We know what we have offensively. We have no idea what we have defensively except for it's inconsistent. You got to make a change. And I'm not saying you're going to make it this year, right? That's ridiculous, 7-2. But if it doesn't get better and we continue to allow these type of points defensively, I think you got to make a change after this year. When it comes to Aaron Glenn, I'm game to game. But now we're seeing a trend here. We're good against bad teams. We're terrible against good teams. That's not a good trend. That's not something that's going to lead to success into the playoffs. It may lead to success right now, but it's not going to lead success into the playoffs against the good teams. You got to match well against the good teams. Got to get better. And it stinks. The defense has been an issue and plaguing this team for a long time, and we're tired of seeing it. We got to see better play calling, better adjustments on defense. If not, hey, there's going to be adjustments made after the season, and that's hashtag facts. It is. You want to be contender, you got to be better defensively. Folks, we're dropping videos every single day on Lions Nation Unite. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 9,000, 13 away from 8,900. Subscribe. Hit that like button. With that said, folks, adios.